Hey, it's John Furman again. I want to wish all of you a very happy new year and continued success in 2019. We at Bub and Mother's had a great year. We're looking forward to another one. But before we get into our recipe, I just want to say thanks to all of our customers, our retail stores that carry us. Because of you guys, we've been able to develop a new flavor that we've just released, our new Honey and Heat. We made some contributions to the Maine Veterans Project to help out veterans and hopefully create more awareness for veteran suicide. And we've initiated our 10,000 to 1, which is our veterans program here within the company. For every month that we deliver 10,000 units or bottles of Bub and Mother's, whether they go one at a time or in cases or in 4-packs, we can hire full-time a area veteran, and not just for regular menial jobs. We're looking for top talent. We're going to hopefully this year grab a web designer and a social media expert who have served our country and are looking for an opportunity to stay right here in Maine with their family. So when we come back, we're going to do a quick appetizer that's great at any New Year's Eve party, and it takes into account our new flavor, our new Bub and Mother's Honey and Heat. We'll be right back.
What's the first thing you think of when you think of Maine? Exactly. Great barbecue. We are Bub and Mother's Down East Dinner Dust, and our dry rub is made with organic and Maine ingredients. Things like blueberry, maple crystals, and even custom mustard. Go to bubandmothers.com and see for yourself. That's BUBNMUTHAS.com. It works with beef, pork, chicken, and even seafood. Email bubandmothers@gmail.com for a free recipe book, and then go to bubandmothers.com and order yours today. That's right, order today at bubandmothers.com and email us for free recipes.
All right, welcome back. I'm just going to give you the lowdown on some of the ingredients we're going to be using. As I said earlier, we will be starting off with our new flavor, our Bub and Mother's Honey and Heat. We're going to have some real raw organic honey, which is absolutely phenomenal. We're going to have a base of bourbon. We use Maker's Mark, some liquid smoke, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a hot marinade to go ahead and pour over these helpless chicken wings. Now we're going to let them soak for about 3 hours. So let's go ahead and start cooking, and once it's done, we'll pour it over the chicken. So again, it's a very, very simple recipe. It's going to be a half a cup of our Maker's Mark, 3 tablespoons of our rub and our honey, and then just 3 drops of liquid smoke, just to give it that smokiness. Now we're going to take that and we're going to cook it so that the honey is completely melted. We're not going to take it to a boil. Okay, that's really important. You don't want to do that. You'll end up scalding it and taking away the flavor. The bourbon gets a little burnt. So we want to get it hot enough to just about boil, and then we're going to pour it over the chicken. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, as you can see, we've got our ingredients in the pot, and it's just now starting to warm up a little bit. So you can see the honey is still really, really thick, and we want to get everything all stirred up in there. There we go. Little by little. And it's really important that that honey gets totally melted in there, because while it's heating up and the honey is melting, the bourbon, the alcohol in the bourbon is also cooking off, and we're still going to get that great bourbon flavor. There we go. Nice. Okay. Now, again, this is a marinade rather than a barbecue sauce. I would, you know, if we were going to make a barbecue sauce, I would add either ketchup or vinegar and probably a good deal more honey and a lot less bourbon. All right, and probably less of the spice. And we'll make our barbecue sauce in another episode. But again, this is to create a nice marinade that not only is going to enhance the flavor of the wings, but we're going to preserve the sauce, and as they're cooking, we'll be able to add more to it. And we're going to cook them the same way we cook everything else here at the Bub and Mother's Kitchen. We're going to go low and slow. All right, so give that a little bit of a break, and oh my goodness, that's got quite a kick to it. You've got the bourbon and you've got that honey and heat. The honey and heat, what's really nice is we've used honey crystals to sweeten it up, and we've added chipotle to give it a nice smoky heat. That smokiness adds to the barbecue, and the rest of the chipotle adds to the heat. So we'll just watch this for a sec. It should start bubbling up pretty quick, and once it does, man, oh man, we're going to be just pouring that over the wings. And when we come back, we'll set the marinade on the chicken, set it aside, and then we'll come back to cooking. All right, we're back, and we're going to just take a walk on over here to the counter, and oh my goodness, we're just going to pour that literal, oh, you can smell it, oh my gosh. Now what's really amazing, as you can see, there is a little bit of rub left in the pot, but there's a lot of rub left on those chicken wings. All right, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to shake it up a little bit and get it ready for storage. All right, so we've got our marinade in here. We're just going to shake it up a little bit. Right, you can just do this. What we're going to do now is we're going to put this in the refrigerator for about 3 hours before we cook it. Okay, once we do that, that'll allow the marinade to really dry into the chicken, especially into the skin, so when we cook it low and slow. Once we get the chicken wings out, we're going to preserve what's left of the marinade to go ahead and brush on that chicken as we cook it low and slow. All right, so when we come back, we're going to be popping these in the oven. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, good to be back. Listen, it's been 3 hours. We let them sit in the fridge. And of course, you know, like they say up here in Maine, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute, it's going to change. And we had to change our plans real quick. They just upped the forecast to gale force winds. So it's not going to be a really good idea to try and light any kind of fire outside today. So what we're going to do, and again, this is one of the advantages of Bub and Mother's, is we're going to cook it low and slow in the oven. Now, if you notice, I like whole wings. I don't like chopping them up. I don't like, you know, like they serve in the restaurant when you order buffalo wings. I like the whole wing. I want to get every little last bit of flavor out of it. And so we're just going to spread them out here on the tray so we get a good amount. We've got, probably about 3 hours before anybody's going to arrive. So we've got plenty of time to go low and slow. And don't worry about getting them too tight, because we're going to be painting the tops of them and rubbing them down with this sauce as we continue to cook. So just jam them right in there on the tray in any old way or fashion that you can get them in. All right, and as you can see, and I'll bring the camera over, we'll get a better shot once everything is done and laid out here. But I want to skin up so that we get it nice and crisp over a period of time. We're going to go low and slow, and then probably the last 5 minutes or so, we'll give it a good broil. So what do we got? There we go. Let's spread these out a little bit. Give them some room. All right, so let me come over, grab the camera, and I'll come in this way. There we go. Look at those. And you can see you've got some of the rub on there, definitely some of the marinade. You can smell a little bit of the bourbon and hopefully see the honey. It's nice and thick. We got plenty to smear on it a little bit. And we're just going to go ahead and stick that right in the oven. And through the magic of television, when we come back, we'll be eating some wings. So, again, get ready to dig in, and Happy New Year from Bub and Mother's. Alright, so they've been in there now for just about an hour and a half, and we're going to leave them in there for another hour and a half, but what we're going to do, as I said earlier, we saved some of the mix, and we're just going to kind of sop it on there. You can't put too much on. Boy, you can smell it. Oh, man. And even though, like I said, with the gale winds blowing outside, by adding a little bit of liquid smoke, you can smell the bourbon, you can smell the smokiness, you can smell the spices. Man, it's looking good. And so you know where a lot of the recipes that we get here at Bub and Mother's come from you folks. Okay, this one, for example, is from one of my good Maine friends, Tim. He lives down in a town called Bucksport, or Bucksport if you're from Maine. And he originally came up with this as a way to marinate steak with our regular rub flavor. And all I did was up the game a little bit and put the spicy rub in there. So when we come back, we should be ready to have some wings. We'll see you in a minute. And there you have it, folks. Nice barbecue, crispy, coated wings. We're going to dress them up in the plate, and snack and appetizers will be served. This will be great for your New Year's Eve party, or if you got a bunch of people coming over tomorrow for the football games, all day. You just keep making them up. We'll be right back. Man, have you ever seen anything so appetizing? Look at all those wings. You know, as nice as it looks, it's really simple. You saw all the ingredients we put in. It took us no time to make that marinade and pour it over the chicken. And all we did, because of the gale force, we cooked it inside low and slow, and then we gave it 5 minutes under the broiler to give it a little bit of that crispy barbecue crust that we all love. So listen, you want more recipes, great flavor, and ideas, go to www.bubandmothers.com. This is John Furman for Bub and Mother's, wishing all of you a Happy New Year and continued success in 2019.
What's the first thing you think of when you think of Maine? Exactly. Great barbecue. We are Bub and Mother's Down East Dinner Dust, and our dry rub is made with organic and Maine ingredients. Things like blueberry, maple crystals, and even custom mustard. Go to bubandmothers.com and see for yourself. That's BUBNMUTHAS.com. It works with beef, pork, chicken, and even seafood. Email bubandmothers@gmail.com for a free recipe book, and then go to bubandmothers.com and order yours today. That's right, order today at bubandmothers.com and email us for free recipes.